Alright, so in our last video I promised that we'd take a look at how we can get some of this content out to students and look up student information so they can access My Math. And we'll do that in this video. Before we do that, I do want to say that I think a great goal of ours would be to eventually be in a position to where we can provide this online access to both our reading series and our math series, especially since we've got iPads this year. And I know we're working toward that. Kelly Martin, our reading coach, I know has plans to work with each grade level on how you can best use reading teachers, how they can best use the reading series online. And so for math teachers, let's just quickly take a look at how we can grab a student's login information, and then we'll go from there. So I'm back at Miss Putnam's screen. When she's logged in, you can see the ConnectEd content that she has access to. And so I'm going to go over here quickly to Manage Students. And when I do that, you'll see several fields here that I can fill in. I know she's got a child with the last name of Bolden, so I'll type that in the last name field and then I'll search. When I do that, you'll see quickly that the child pops up down here at the bottom. It does say grade 2, which is inaccurate, but I do believe the last name, yep, the last name matches, so that's great. You can click on View Password. Another screen pops up, and very quickly you can grab that child's username and password information to log in to ConnectEd. So that's how you can access quickly an individual's username and password so that child can log in. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to actually set up an entire class as you start to look through this content and possibly even learn enough about it to assign content to students. And so at this point in time, I'm going to go to this teacher edition, and this is actually a hyperlink, My Math Grade 3. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to work here for just a moment, and it's going to take me to this. And if you've ever logged in to ConnectEd and seen and used the teacher edition, this looks very familiar to you. I'm going to go to this Manage and Assign at the top and click on that. Now, later on, when everything's been set up, you can create assignments, you can assign different things to students. But at this point in time, we just want to set up our class. And so I'm going to go over here and click on My Classes. Now, you'll already see this is Miss Putnam's class from last year. Let's go and look at creating a class. I'm going to click on Create a Class. I'm going to go ahead and give this class a name. You can click on Simplified Login, and for those of you in third grade, you're familiar with Raz Kids, and so it brings up that simplified icon, which I would recommend doing so you don't have to mess with usernames and passwords. It's entirely up to you, though. So I'm going to save that, and then now I've got a screen where I can now begin to add students. So I'm going to click on Add Students. At this point in time, it's very important. You just want to choose all classes, all content, and then all grades. Again, I'm going to look for that one child in Ms. Putnam's class that I know has an account. That's Bolden. I'm going to search for that. And again, you can see that this child pops up. I'll check the box beside his name and click Save at the bottom. And now I've added that student. And I can go back to Add Students here and continue to add students until I've entered everyone on my class roster. At that point in time, I can actually go over here and print password cards. And you can see that those are wonderful to stick in a notebook, give to your students so they have their very easy to access username and password information for My Math. Also want to share with you that I'll be emailing you a list of district generated usernames and passwords for this ConnectEd website. I will go ahead and warn you that it has thousands of students because this is not filtered out by school. They gave us a list for the entire district, so you can see last name, first name, username, and then password in this column. That might be helpful if you're searching for specific students as well. In our next video, we'll get a little more specific into the actual content in the MyMath Connect Ed website and make sure that students have access to that textbook online.